My topic for this video is isolation. My goal is to convince the audience that isolation has a negative impact on all members of society. Social isolation can have a devastating effect on mental and physical health. Isolation is something that we are all experiencing right now with the pandemic. All of us have been isolated to our homes just because we can't go outside because we're worried of getting sick. And this is one of the factors of social isolation. We can't talk to anybody. Some of us that don't have the updated technologies can't speak with our friends at all. And due to this, we may have our family members, but after a while we will still feel lonely just because of not being able to see all the people that we're used to being able to see. And loneliness is one of the big results of being isolated. It can occur with anybody. This is a big result of isolation. Like I said, the causes of our isolation right now are we are in a state of a pandemic, and so sickness, we're not able to see each other because we're worried about getting sick, even though some of us may still go out and not care about the rules. But most of us are still staying at home and staying safe and trying to keep ourselves healthy, but it may be helping us physically, but it's hurting us mentally. And some of the impacts of isolation, especially in teenagers, is depression, anxiety, anger, obesity. Depression and anxiety are two really big factors coming from isolation, because if you aren't able to see your friends, if you aren't able to see the people that make you happy, you're not going to be happy. And anxiety, I speak from experience. Anxiety runs in my family, and anxiety is not a fun thing. It makes you basically are scared of circumstances that could happen, and it causes you to it causes you to think of circumstances in your mind that are worse than what could actually happen. And in elderly, being isolated could cause health complications, because you're not able to get the medications that you need, or it could still, with elderly people, it could cause depression because they're not able to see the people that they want to see. They're not able to see family members. They are stuck up in a house all day long. And isolation also plays a role in your relationship with your family members, because while you're living with your parents or your siblings or your wife or husband, you get to see them all the time, but you're not getting to see those other family members that are essential to your happiness, essential to what you need for your happiness. Isolation is not a fun thing to go through, but right now we're all experiencing it, and we all have our thoughts on it. Isolation is a terrible thing to deal with. Like I said, it can cause all of these things, and isolation has a negative impact on all members of society.